Who this?
Oh.
Let me see. Let me see. It starts with O.
No.
No.
This is
Damn, this is hard. Woo!
Is it?
Feel like, ugh.
You know gonna
those,
go work out, like your walkout song?
You know those fucking like muscle videos?
Yeah. Like those
Fucking
guys,
jacked
those guys doing
motherfuckers.
push-ups and jumping and hitting their
Fuck
hands.
yeah, dude, freaking jumping and flying and shit. Fucking, they have a big ass chain, a metal chain and shit. Like,
Yeah. You ready?
I'm fucking ready. Oh shit, it's my turn, right? Is it my turn?
It's your turn, dog.
Oh yeah.
You want me to turn you up in the headphones? Oh, they're all the way up.
Turn my headphones up. Fuck, I'm deaf. No, my right one,
Now
bro.
all the way up.
Welcome back to another episode of On a Mental Note, a coffee table style podcast where we'll discuss how to change, grow, and evolve your mind. Today, me and Crail will be talking about how to control your negative thoughts. Well, sit back, grab a coffee or a drink, and enjoy our show. Oh shit. Bro, come on, bro.
Because you're yelling too much.
I'm so hyped up. Hey, it was that music that you pumped me up, man.
Sure it was.
And this fucking vodka. Shit.
There's not... Dude.
It's a family
I'm
show.
Like sober for like 16 years.
We got these red cups and shit.
These are... Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Episode 6,443.
Take 1010. Nice. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man. Fucking negative thoughts. Since we keep talking about freaking automatic negative thoughts.
Yeah, I didn't even... Did you say that in the intro?
No.
You didn't, huh?
What?
Wait, what'd you say in the intro?
I said how to control negative thoughts.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
You
weren't listening.
The vodka, bro.
Yeah, bro. Shit.
I got too many things going on. Like,
See,
I got
this high quality vodka. It's like 100 proof.
100...
Smooth.
right from some Russian cosmonaut.
Go straight to your fucking veins.
Yeah, negative thoughts, man.
Negative thoughts. Since we keep talking about that shit.
Yeah, I think they're normal.
You think so?
Yeah. I always feel like we're our own worst critic.
We are.
You know?
Why though? Why do we do that?
Because you know what I think is we see so many like let's say underdog stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone thinks they can be that underdog story.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
I think.
I mean, it's a beautiful story, don't get me wrong. You know, especially starting from the bottom and now you're here.
Yeah. That's right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, where am I going with this?
Who knows?
But like the same thing as what you said before, where like when you come from an environment where it's a loving environment, you know, where there's like challenges, but people who support you. I think I finally got that point of view when you told me that, because I thought what makes a person great is through the hardships that they go through and then just supporting themselves. But actually what makes a person very successful in life is the people that they surround themselves with.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some accountability for the individual.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird. Okay, so if you have a lot of negative thoughts, they'll call you a downer. Oh, you're such a downer.
Downer.
Yeah, and if you have tons of positive thoughts about yourself, they think you're conceited.
Or
right? Oh,
full
man.
of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, he's conceited, or you know. And so I think it's kind of you have to find a balance in there somewhere where you always have to try to think positive about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I think some negative talk is okay,
Mm-hmm.
but only if it drives you forward.
So it's like a positive negative thought.
A positive negative thought.
That's weird.
That is weird. Wait, what is it? We talked about it on one show. Holy mackerel. It was like, shit. I don't know. It's weird how it's all silent.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's so quiet, bro. It's the 3-second rule. You have to like figure it out or just move on.
Wait, what's that? What's that?
No, like to not make things awkward is when you lose your train of thought. You just
I
fucking
lose my
fire.
train of thought, bro.
Boom.
You need a 3-second rule.
Yeah, dude.
You need to stop drinking every 3 seconds.
Oh shit. It's my fucking habit, man.
Dude,
shit, it's in my DNA.
That's a bad. What? How's that in your DNA?
No, I don't know. I'm just fucking around.
You come from some
Come
alcoholics.
on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, my family.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think everyone's an alcoholic.
Do you think it's a DNA trait, to or it's just to say, oh, it's justified. The actions that I make that are negative to me due to the fact that my family is this, that, or I came from a lineage of this, that, it's an excuse.
Some of them are. I think some things are you're genetically dispositioned to them, right?
Yeah.
So, but you have to know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the advancements in like science, technology, like you can go get a DNA test right now. You can go see if you have allergies.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can go see if you're predisposition
Fucking
to be
21 and me and
diabetic.
shit.
Yeah, or you can be diabetic. You can have high risk for celiac disease, like all those things, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think some of those are important. I've done those, and sometimes they're kind of weird. I think they shape you. They shape you weird.
Yeah, because
like knowing.
you finally know, like, oh, that's the reason why I'm like this.
But I don't even know if that's true though.
Do you think it, like, when you know about that shit, it changes you in a way where, like, oh,
100%.
Really?
I'm gonna butcher this story because I don't know where I heard it from. But okay, so in hindsight, there was this kid who he wasn't super smart. He was always like everyone always called him dumb, and so he was going to college, so he took an SAT.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to go to college. His mom was making him take the SAT. He was like, So he takes the SAT. Granted, he's not the brightest dude, but he takes the SAT and he scores like almost a perfect score. Woo. So he gets scholarships. He gets all this stuff. And so he gets his results and he's like, fuck, I am smart. Like, and everyone's like, wow, you sure you didn't cheat? And he's like, no, I didn't cheat. And so he gets his scholarship and he goes on to be super successful in college. And then I think his second year in college, he finds out that the year he took the SAT, there was 10 kids in the whole United States that the system graded their test wrong.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he didn't get a 1,300. I think he got like a 300, right?
Oh damn.
Yeah. So he got something fairly bad.
But
he got something good and it changed the way he felt.
yeah.
Right. So it's almost like when we talk about how you have to be uplifting to kids because like those first year of kids,
Yeah.
it
They're
matters
like
a lot to
sponges.
them. Yeah, it's sponges. But I always think that affects our negative thoughts too, right? Like I think when we were growing up, like let's say our parents are like, oh, you're dumb, let me do it. Give me that. Let me stupid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, let me show you how to do it.
I don't think my mom was like that, but she always says no.
Yeah.
No is a heavy word, especially towards kids. you
Like,
know?
well, yeah. It's almost like the great thing we were talking about one time, right?
Mm-hmm. One thing that stops people from achieving their dreams is their own thoughts.
Well, I wrote this down, and I remembered it. It's like, and I thought it was really good. It said, you don't lack motivation.
Mm-hmm.
What you lack is clarity.
True.
Right? So what they're saying is, like, let's say you wanted to work out. You're like, oh, I'm just not motivated to work out. And it's Atomic Habits, right? The book.
Yeah.
And what it says there, it's not that you don't lack the motivation. It's that you don't have clarity. So what you got to do is write down, be like, on Friday, I'm going to work out at 9 p.m. for 30 minutes or whatever. And as long as you write down a specific thing, then you have clarity on what you're supposed to do. Now, if you don't do it, that's on you. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Like you said, when you work hard at work, and then you come back home exhausted, you're uninspired.
Yeah, I think being tired is normal.
Yeah, being tired is normal, of course. You need rest and all that stuff, but like, of course, learn how to have a limited amount of rest. Not too much,
What?
not too little.
No way.
You
You
know,
need
you have
lots
to-
of rest.
Like you said, there's always a balance. 8 hours is like the max.
But says who, though?
It's just science. I don't know. Whatever.
That's the thing. Like, I think a lot of us are influenced by what we read or we hear.
Yeah.
Right. And I tend to think like let's say diets.
Uh-huh.
I give you a great example. Diets. I don't know how many people I've
That
encountered
keto diet, bro.
Dude, that's where I was going. I don't know how many people I've encountered. They're like, "Oh, I lost 20 pounds on the keto diet." I'm like, "What the fuck? 20 pounds? You look the same." You know what I mean? But
Got yolk, bro. It's all that beef.
shit.
It's like
But
the
everyone
beginning of the
loses-
show.
Yeah. Everyone loses all this shit on keto, but then they gain it back, right? So, but I don't think keto is effective for everybody.
Yeah.
Like just like Atkins not effective for everybody. I mean, your diet your diet may work better because you have a high metabolism better than everybody. So I just think it just depends on
But it does change your mental process, though.
what does.
For example, trying something new in anything, like whether it's diet, studying for something, getting your master's, doctorate, whatever. It changes the way you think about things and how you approach life.
I think it's
You
always
know?
good to learn for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And then like,
Hey,
since
you haven't stared at the camera yet.
there it is.
There it is.
But like you said, the keto diet. For me, I tried it, but at the same time, it made me more aware of what I'm eating.
You're like keto mas comida.
I limit the
Boy,
amount
that-
of tortillas and the rice.
People will be like, dude, that dude's Spanish is trash.
The rice. But I mean, like in anything, like
I think you got to try. I think
Try
like
everything.
science. Try it. Try
something.
everything. Relax, bro.
try everything, everything that you could think of.
Wow. Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Fuck it, skydive. Fuck it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Fucking
Sure.
travel. Fuck it. that's what makes for me, like since now, like I changed my mindset and I started reading books. It changed
Okay.
the way.
Wait a minute. Are we reading or are we listening?
Actually, I read and listen at the same time, bro.
I actually enjoy reading now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read and listen at the same time.
Oh,
I
okay. So
listen
you
to
change your
audiobooks.
mindset doing what? That you
Like
want to do more
it
stuff?
just, yeah, like it not completely eradicate the fear, because back then I was so anxious. I was anxious and trying new things because
but
it's
why, though?
out of my comfort zone.
Oh.
So I was so comfortable.
It was not
on
a negative
having-
thought?
Huh?
It's not a negative thought because of something you went through, maybe.
Well, no, not well. Technically, yeah. Majority of it stems from what happened to me in the past, not just from childhood, but also adulthood. Mm-hmm. Especially going on your own, especially in the military.
Yeah. Dyeing your hair red.
But like going through all of that, it kind of shaped the way my decision making was. So like when an opportunity comes, and what's crazy is I could go back and see all the opportunities that I had, but I said no to them. And I'm like, why the fuck did I do that?
Okay, so is there one that you look back now and you think it would have changed things for you?
Yeah, I mean,
One.
yeah, just one. I could have, re-enlisted and then actually became part of a secret group in the military, because I was, Filipino, and then, like there was a war
Okay,
in
I've seen the
Philippines and all
movie
that
Code
stuff.
Talkers. Okay,
Yeah.
bro, I've seen it.
It's called Wind Talkers, bro.
Okay, whatever. Is it? That's what it's called?
That's World War II, bro. The Navajos.
Yeah, the Navajos.
But like I could see all of that, the stuff that I said no to, or the things that I decided to not do. And now I look at them, I'm like, oh shit, I could have been this, I could have been this, or I could have been this. So there's so many branches that can come out of whatever, if I said yes to those things.
Yeah, but I always feel like if you do that, you almost set yourself up for failure, because then you're always second guessing yourself.
Yeah. That's
Right.
what I was doing.
Right. And so like if you passed it up because at that particular moment in your life, you felt it wasn't right to do that. And that's okay.
Or the ants, automatic negative thoughts, took over and just said, oh, like, you can't do this.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Like, I always told myself that, like, you can't do this, man. You're not qualified for this. Like, who the hell are you? Like, what's crazy is that I constantly beat myself up in my head, and it stops me from being successful.
But okay, so what do you define? Okay, great question. What do you define as success?
So success is based upon like the goals that are okay.
Hold on. I just started laughing because I was there was like a meme or something where like Connor and Nate Diaz are doing a press conference.
shit.
And the lady asked him like, "What do you think successful? A mansion, a car? What is it?" And I think it was Nate or Nick. Nick Diaz is like, "The fuck is this? The Money Show or what?" You know,
It's true.
no, but I don't know. See, I feel like sometimes that's what because I have a Lambo, people think I'm super
Exactly.
successful.
Yeah, dude.
Right? But I think we put too much oh shit. I think we put too much
Excited there.
I think we
Emphasis.
put emphasis on success based on material things, right?
But for me, like, I wasn't really impressed with material things. I was more impressed with the character that I could have been. You know, what if I did this and I'm freaking financially stable? You know, like, what if I chose this career, or what if I chose this degree, you know, to become better?
Okay, so what's stopping you from getting the degree now?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Well, there is. I mean, it's just me. I'm stopping myself.
You're not motivated, you lack clarity.
No, it's not. It's the pathway that I choose to not go for, because.
But why?
Why?
So like, why haven't you invested money?
Because it's not what I want. You know, I could say no to things, but at the same time, I could say yes to other things. Everything is a open, closed door. You know, whichever pathway you go to, I always think about it as a maze. You know, whichever pathway you go through, it's up to you. Fucking enjoy the journey. That's it.
I think you have to make some calculated risk along the way.
Yeah.
Like you have to take some risk. I think it does as you get older and you have more responsibilities, for sure it gets harder.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because like if, let's say you're in the military, you get free housing, you get free food, right?
Is it really free though?
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
But I mean, you get all this stuff that you don't really have to pay for per se. So your risk can be a little different. But most people in the military get on the money they'll go buy a brand new car off the lot, right?
Yeah.
And so, the older you get, the more calculated your risk has to be.
See, when I was young, I didn't give a fuck.
Well, no one does. That's the great thing about life.
I splurged my money on a lot of shit.
Like Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have worn mine, bro. You should have told me. I didn't get the memo.
See, even the ambience outside, you got the tiki
know.
stick, you know, the fire freaking pineapple and shit.
Fire dragon dog somewhere.
But I could, if I didn't do that, if I was disciplined in spending my money and disciplined enough to do research on investing stuff, like people always said, "Oh, you should have invested on crypto." Remember, like people said that, you know. And what's crazy is I knew about it before, but I was like, "What the fuck is this? It's fucking crazy."
You know what it's
nuts.
I think it's because people were scared.
Yeah,
But
I didn't know what it was.
I know, but the thing is, we're scared, and you can invest money. It doesn't have to be a lot of money is a thing, but people are afraid to invest money. So let's say, like, I'll tell you, hey, open up an investment account for $100. You're like, I don't have fucking right now. But you have $100 for fucking liquor.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
You have $100 to buy a drink or whatever. Like, I just think we find excuses.
Yeah, we do. I mean, like, that's the negative part. It also, like, why can't you do that? You can.
You can.
You can borrow money and pay it off. Well, you have a fucking credit card, right? Yeah, you borrow money.
There's nothing. You know, everyone gives credit cards a bad name. They're okay if you use them the right way.
Yeah.
You know, I think that they're for a reason, but I think negative thoughts are just common for most people.
Yeah, just like that guy from Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said something on a podcast like, you know, for you to get money, borrow money and invest it, and then pay it back later.
Yeah, some of that stuff, I think.
I mean, it makes sense.
But there's a big proliferation of like so many social media influencers. Oh, you see, I got 6 houses over here. We're like, yeah, those fucking houses are $10,000 a piece. I can have 1 million of them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think some of that, like, this is the problem with social media. I think you see all these people that are telling you like, oh, do this, do that.
But that's their own way, though.
I know,
right?
but people get influenced by that.
Why not? I mean,
like, you can do a whole YouTube video with the Lambo. Picking up girls with the Lambo. You see that, dude? Right?
Yep.
Like, just because of the car. And it's the sad part is that it's entertaining to us to watch, but it's true. Like I always say, and it took me forever to do this. And the one story I had is one time I was dressed for work, and so I had stopped to buy fruit from one of those fruit vendors in the street, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the guy in Spanish. He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a chemist, like I do this." And he's like, "Oh, damn, all right, man. You want to buy 3 of these instead?" Like, it became, it's almost like he was comparing his job to my job and the difference in wealth.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, like, I'm like, fuck. I left there and I was like, I think sometimes sometimes we ask people what they do is so we can see how we can treat them. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
the amount of respect that you could receive,
which is so weird, right?
Yeah,
which shouldn't be the case, right?
Shouldn't be the case.
But then one time I went to a different fruit guy and I had remembered that experience I had, so I just told I work at a warehouse. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it almost like he felt like we were on the same level.
And then it's a totally different
vibe.
Experience.
It's weird.
Yeah, they start seeing like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. He's the same economic status as I am.
Yeah.
So I should be just cool.
Yeah, it's same for car parts, man. You go into you tell somebody what kind of car part you're buying, and depending on the car model, like they'll look at you different. It's weird.
But the problem is that people want to be successful, but they don't want to work for it. They just want that lucky thing where like, oh, if I want to be a movie star, some guy's just gonna approach me. I'm gonna be a fucking movie star, right?
Well, I also think success is it depends on the individual, right? Because everyone's vision of success is different.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes you see these people in these big ass houses. They don't live around here.
Yeah,
you can go to Texas and get a big ass house for like $400,000. Big ass house.
Yeah, but the weather sucks.
Yeah, but like the videos inside look great. Everything's great. You think they're living the life, but I think there's a lot of drivers on the outside that make you think you're not successful. And success depends, man. Like for me, sometimes I'll drive somewhere and you'll see a shitty ass house next to an alley, piece of shit. And like one time I was in the car with some friends and it was like a piece of shit looking house. And like, fuck, who'd want to live there? And I'd be like, dude, listen, I'd live there in a minute from where I grew up.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
But people don't realize that. Like, if you came from like a very poverty stricken area, you take that house next to an alley all day. Right? Because at least it's a home and you can make it for what you want. But I think sometimes you have to look at what you have and appreciate it a little more. And I always tell myself, like, in this world, there's somebody who would trade places with you in a minute. In a minute. Regardless of all the shit you think you don't have or how fucked up your life is. There's a person out there that would gladly change shoes with you right now.
Yeah.
Like we sit there like, oh, I'm fucking short, I'm dumb, I'm fat, I'm dumb. Like.
But why though? Why do we tell ourselves that?
Because we get pictures of these images of people who aren't really, that's not really how they are. We think they're happy all the time. They're not.
Compare ourselves.
Yeah.
We constantly compare ourselves in anything. And what's crazy is that how often do we ever talk to ourselves positively when we look at ourselves in the mirror?
I do it every day.
Oh yeah, me too. I changed my habit.
I read a mantra to myself every day.
Yeah. But do you believe it?
I read it to myself every day. Of course I believe it.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes like people mistake it like, oh, let me just read this.
Well,
it's going to change my subconscious.
It can.
Yeah, it can. It totally can, but...
You have to put effort into it for sure, right?
You have to fucking believe it completely, saying like, I am. So the book that I read, or is reading right now, listening, is...
wow, that went everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. The High Five Habits by Mel Robbins. A great fucking book so far.
Okay.
And the whole gist of it is kind of similar to Limitless, where like you actually do something really different, where you high five yourself every morning in a mirror.
Oh yeah, I've seen this lady.
So, you look at yourself in the mirror, you high five. Sounds weird, but at the same time, it's self-assuring. Because due to the fact of
why are you yelling right now, bro? I feel like I'm in trouble.
Oh shit.
You high five yourself.
High five yourself in the fucking mirror. Yeah, you high five yourself in the mirror and you look at yourself in the eyes and tell yourself,
As opposed to what? In the butt?
Hey, it's cool. But like, you know, it's showing that you got your own back, because who else will have your own back? You know, it's only you. It's you versus you. So when you do that and say like, hey, you know, you're doing good today. You're gonna be awesome today. You're a fucking beautiful person. You're a good person. You know, if you tell yourself that, like the same thing as a mantra.
Yeah.
But at the same time, doing that same thing in front of a mirror, totally different.
No lie. When I used to hear people say like, "Man, I'm a good person," I used to be like, "You fucking liar." I don't know why.
Why?
I just felt like if you're,
Because people are sketchy.
well, if you're a good person, you shouldn't have to tell people you're a good person.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they tell themselves.
No, but it's when people say it out loud.
Yeah, well, that's being braggadocious and shit. You
I
know?
don't know. No, but they say it in the like, I don't know why this happens to me. I'm a good person. Like,
that's. I mean, no one is exempt from challenges or hardships.
no one.
No one
How about if I got an exemption card?
doesn't give that problem doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, I've seen Mel Robbins. You know, sometimes when I'm running, I'll put videos on YouTube, and she's been on Tom Bilyeu's podcast.
Okay.
Something Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot I listened to him too.
Yeah. She was on there talking about. I guess she had lost everything and came back, but
she was an alcoholic.
oh, she was.
Yeah, and then she lost a lot of stuff.
Bro, why you got to bring that up when we're having a drink?
Hey, I mean, there's some good stuff in here, man.
Well, let me see your cup. Okay,
Still full of ice,
I was,
man.
I was
Look
worried,
at that.
I was
look at
worried
that
about
shit.
it a little bit.
Oh, tipsy. I'm all slurring my words.
I'm not drunk.
Like she was saying that where, you know, it's the same thing as brushing your teeth with the opposite hand, where it's actually, so what I summarized from it is that I said this before, where like our minds are like you ever seen a grassland, like just a land just full of
See
grass?
my backyard, bro?
It's well watered and well fertilized. So like it's like a grassland, right? And you walk that grass, and the more you walk in a certain path, the deeper it gets.
Sounds like my dog's path.
Exactly.
Right?
Einstein has a freaking path.
Right? The
Yeah.
same path all the time.
But when you do something different, it creates a new path. And the more you do it, it creates that new path. So for the reason why we talk to ourselves negatively a lot is because we've been doing that since the beginning, since when we first have a thought, or how we were programmed as a child. You know, like especially the word no. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. And it creates that pathway, and it tells, like, our subconscious automatically says, oh, you can't do that.
It'd be worse if
can't
your name
do
was
that.
Jose.
Oh, shit.
Because then they'd be like, no way, Jose.
No way, Jose. No, bro. But, like, when you create a new path by constantly giving yourself a high five and talk to yourself and give yourself that positive mantra every single day, you create that new path, and it gets deeper and deeper. And then you become the person that you want to be.
Do you think that's possible when you get older?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I've seen that video of that. I don't know who she is, but she's a teacher, and she has a kid say something positive to themselves in a mirror before they walk into class.
Oh yeah, I love that video.
I think that's amazing. I wish
it
more
says,
people.
I am.
Yeah, I am, and then they have to say something like something good about themselves. I was like, man, that would be awesome, right? Like, we should do that more often, especially the kids, man. Like, I think the kids, they can absorb that so much better when they're younger, and then when they get older, I think they're better to cope with the world a little bit better.
Yeah,
having those like skills that reinforces their ability to be outgoing and smart and work hard. Yeah,
and then in that book they talk about an experiment where like a team, like a basketball team, where the basketball team who does a lot of high fives are more successful than the basketball team that is not doing that, not supportive with each other. You know, they're very hard towards like the athletes. The coach is very hard versus a coach who's like, yeah, man, you know, it sucks, but hey, you know, we're good. Fucking high five.
Yeah, I think I read or I heard something similar where they had a coach and they were trying to tell the coach, instead of focusing on all the negative plays that their basketball team did, like he was focusing, look, you missed a pass here, you should have done this, you should have passed here, and they told him like, hey, try to focus on the good things only.
Yeah, like good job on freaking doing that.
Like you see how you pass this, you see you guys blocked here, perfect, even though they lost. And he says they did that, and then a few weeks later, it started showing improvement in the players, right?
Yeah, and then it kind of motivates the players on becoming better without being coached.
But do you think we've gone from like let's say super hard coaching to too soft coaching now? Right? Because you always hear that too, like with the participation medals and trophies, and everyone's a winner. Like, where do we draw the line?
I think there has to be that word balance again. You know, you have to be okay. You can actually be positive and, you know, give them assurance that, oh, you're doing good, but at the same time, you know, rate it, like saying like, okay, you could do better. You know, like, hey, but you know, good job.
But how do you deal with that with each individual so different, right? So let's just say,
it's totally different,
right? So let's say we're in class and there's 3 of us, and everyone did a shitty job, and be like, hey, listen, man, you guys didn't perform today. You guys got to try better tomorrow. Like one of those 3 people is gonna be like, fuck, I suck, and then one of them is gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna work fucking hard tomorrow, right? Yeah. And so I think it's hard to control the individual mindset if you're coaching or you're doing something else. So it's just a weird spectrum that you have to worry about.
And sometimes like we criticize ourselves so hard that we bring ourselves down to a point where like we have no chance of succeeding. You know, like we just beat ourselves up every fucking time we make a mistake. Mistakes actually is a good thing. Like failure, mistakes, it makes you become better because you learned something.
You hope.
Yeah, you hope.
Yeah.
But it depends on it also depends on the person, on like how fast they would learn. You know, some people get you know, they have to make X amount of mistakes so that they could learn, or, you know, sometimes just few.
I think it's almost like we were talking about the cashier at, let's say, a Starbucks or something, right? Their first day there, they're gonna suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then, but you know, you get so many repetitions in that environment that you just become better at it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I would think, I don't know what, I don't work there, but I would think somebody has to turn that around within 7 to 10 days. Like after a week of doing so many orders and so many people, you probably figure out the system fairly quick.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, forgive. Like the thing that brings people down, especially in customer service, is the people they're serving. If they're assholes, it kind of like, oh, fuck, man. Like,
have you ever worked in customer service?
Well, where I work at is the customer service.
Yeah, I know, but like before that, before the military, like, did you ever work retail or anything like that?
No, I fucking joined right after high school, bro.
Bro, you don't work in the hotels or nothing?
Nah, bro.
You didn't want to be a nurse?
Well, it's fucked up, bro. But it's a good stereotype, but I have worked in a hotel, but I was a security guard. And also, I was doing customer service.
What's up, Craig? Top flight security.
Yeah, top flight. Dude, I was wearing a suit. That was fucking badass, too.
Yeah.
We had our own earpiece and shit.
Wow, slow down there, Ross.
Hey, bro.
So do the people at Ross. Yeah. I don't, working with people is tough, man. Because I remember, I always tell people, it takes one person to ruin your day.
Yeah.
And you can have that person early in the morning or late at night, right?
And then like the reason why people are so numb to like giving empathy or compassion towards other people is because they get beaten down by other people, especially in customer service or in the hospital. I've noticed that lately.
Yeah.
Where once they serve you, that's it. They let you go. They're just like, oh, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna
Like-
be compassionate towards you.
Okay.
You
But I
know?
think they go through so many people though.
Yeah, so many people. Like you're just a number.
You-
You're just you.
They're
You
not,
just
they're not gonna remember your
Yeah.
name or your face. Or,
exactly. So that's the problem too. Is with our society, we get bombarded with so much that it overloads our mind, and it causes burnout.
Yeah, I think we live in a bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and we think that our bubble is the only bubble that matters,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Like we're in our car, we drive fucking fast. No one watches the speed limit.
yeah.
You drive fast. You need a car.
Except when
you're-
I got pulled over.
yeah, well, that's on you, bro.
Got that radar.
Could have been that sticker you have on your window.
Not cauliflower nation. But yeah, you're right. You know, like
But what do you do to overcome a negative thought?
what do
Have
I
you done
do?
anything recently?
Yeah, high five myself.
Like you started that recently?
Mhm. Yeah, when I started listening to the audiobook, I started like literally high fiving myself, and I'm like, oh shit, it feels weird. It's like especially if someone's fucking watching you, it kind of you look like a fucking psycho.
I don't know. I don't worry about that shit. I know sometimes I'm riding my bike or exercising, I'm talking to myself, and I'm sure somebody hears me. I don't care.
Yeah, but like it looks weird when you're a third person looking at yourself. But at the same time, when I did that, I was like, man, it's different.
Yeah.
But it was very assuring, saying that, dude, like you're the only one who got your life. You're the owner of your life. Well,
Well, who else?
who else? Exactly. You know who?
I think it's weird. Sometimes when you spend time on yourself, people look at that as selfish, which I think is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think it's important to take care of yourself, though.
yeah, it is very important. You know, like people think, yeah, you're selfish. Oh, you work out too much. Oh, you spend time at the gym so much. Like,
Who
come
tells
on,
you
dude.
that?
Huh?
Who tells you that?
No, like it's people. But like,
Wait.
where's the applause, man?
I'm trying to find. Hold on, man. I got like.
Last time you hit the applause, now you can't fucking find it. There you go. Far too kind.
Great speech. Great speech.
Great speech. But going through, woo, there you go, woo.
Oh, here, I'll pour you. No, that's the part.
Oh shit! I just got shot. That's some old ass typewriter, bro.
Dude, that's the kind of typewriter I had back in school.
You had those the one you
Yeah, old school typewriter.
fucking
No wonder they probably have tons of carpal tunnel issues back then. Those fucking typewriter. Now they're all smooth and
do
shit.
you type with all fingers?
Yeah. I was the only boy in my typing class in high school.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yeah. You're right.
And I don't know why I took it, but it helped me out tremendously.
I still type with just my index.
You do?
Yeah, my index fingers and my thumb.
What's stopping you from typing correctly?
I don't.
Negative thought.
Dude, you can literally type by just talking on a microphone now.
Dude, yeah, I know. And the crazy thing is, imagine there was no spell check or autocorrect, like when you're old school typers.
Bro, there's no squiggly lines underneath.
Nothing, dude.
Fuck.
You had to go back and hit the space key and put the.
The freaking
The
whiteout.
Yeah.
That teenagers back then, well, our generation uses for.
Oh, for nail polish, yeah. I
The
remember
white
Brenner
nail
had
polish.
a corrector thing where you hit the thing and it would go back and
Yeah,
It would-
take it out.
take it
Yeah,
out
yeah.
or staple a different or type a different color on there.
Yeah. So what about you, man? What is your SOP towards a negative thought when it arises in your head?
I think it just depends on what it is, right? I think the most important part is like trying to figure out what the root cause of that negative thought is,
Oh yeah.
right? So
sure.
it could be something like, let's say you've tried to lift the kettlebell and it's too heavy. You'd be like, fuck, I can't lift that. Like,
Damn.
that's a negative thought, right? As opposed to saying like, all right,
Let me try.
no, you can try it and you can't do it and be like, all right, let me go lighter and then set yourself up with a plan to get there. But most people don't want to fucking do the plan or execute on the plan, right? So the negative thought is there for a reason. It's like your body and your brain's way of saying like, hey, dude, I'm trying
Have
to
a limit.
I'm trying to protect you here. Right?
Don't fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, no, it's
don't
true.
injure yourself. Yeah.
I don't think we think about that, right? I think sometimes we look at negative thoughts as all bad, but I think it's just our, we call it our gut instinct, but it's our intuition based on all these previous experiences we've had, right? And that's your system being like, hey, Crail, slow down, bro.
Calm the fuck down, bro.
I know you think you're an athlete, dude, but you're not going to scale that 8-foot wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So
Yeah.
I think that most of those is like, okay, so I can't lift this 200-pound kettlebell right now, but let me set myself up with a schedule. So I'll start with 25 for a week and then make my way up.
Yeah. That's one thing I will bring up too, is that like people have dreams, right? And then they believe in that dream so much. But they believe in it and not take action or not create a bridge. Therefore, when they create that superficial dream, or, you know, because dreams can be anything, right? You can set yourself so high that, you know, it's boundless. But at the same time, the problem is that people don't create a bridge. The same thing as lifting a heavy kettlebell. You created a bridge. You went back and said like, oh, hey, you know, my limit right now is this amount, but let me build myself up. You know, let me be that person who could like, okay, let me just try little by little and then get to that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, I think it falls back to this whole motivation quote where like, it's just a clarity part. You need to set yourself up with a plan and execute. I think we've like so many people will try to will themselves into something and it's not going to happen, right?
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like
diets.
Well, no, even self-talk is okay. Like positive self-talk is okay, but you telling yourself you're going to be a millionaire and not doing shit is not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Right? So
you're just going to be a bum, bro.
yeah, so if you want to be a millionaire, you have to fucking put in millionaire work.
Yeah, you have to be that that person. You know, you have to.
Everything has a, like, I always feel everything has a sacrifice.
Of course, yeah.
I always break it down like this. I think there's 3 things in life. There's you, like your family, and money. Okay, so you, your family, money. If you spend most time on one of these, the other 2 will suffer, regardless of what it is. So if you're always working on yourself, you're not going to have time for family. You're not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. If you spend all your time working, which is the money part, you're not going to have time for yourself or your family. And if you're always hanging out with family, it means you don't have time for yourself and you don't have a lot of time for money or work. Yeah. Right. So kind of like what you said earlier too, the thing is finding balance of all those.
Yeah.
Right? But I still believe that the most important one of all those is you.
Yeah, of course, and because without you.
Yeah, without you, there's nothing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so some people look at that as selfish, like, oh, all you do is work out. But like, listen, this is the way I take care of me. And I think sometimes, even though working out is positive, sometimes it carries a negative meaning for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? Like people look at it as self-centered, it takes time, but working out, it's good for your body physically and stuff, but it's also good for your brain, and for each individual is different, right? The endorphins you get from working out can help with different parts. Maybe you're stressed out in the day, working out helps.
Yeah.
Can't sleep, working out helps.
True. You know, tire yourself out.
Fat, working out helps. Right?
Yeah. Like, always go with the law of equivalent exchange. You know, there's always you have to exchange something in order to gain something.
Okay.
You know, for you to
give me an example.
So
like a real world example, not one you read from a book.
It's the same thing as like when you buy something. The value of whatever you're trying to buy is the same value as whatever money you have. Right? If this shit costs $1, it costs $1.
Unless you got a credit card.
There you go.
Right.
But still you have to pay for it later. So
it costs more than $1 with the interest.
The interest over time, but at the same time, like always think about that. When you do something, you know that there's going to be some sacrifices that has to be done. Time, effort, energy, if you do all of that and know that, you fully believe in that goal or that dream that you have, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I had this. Especially
if you see a bigger picture. Woo!
Well, because you were saying it, but the song just came up and I was thinking. At the same He said, I've never heard the lyrics of the song, but he said something like he wears Gucci and something else at the same damn time.
Oh, like one thing that you brought up before, people always look at you at the surface level. You know, they only see that tip of the iceberg of your success. They never saw the hardship that you had to go through, the stuff that you have to talk yourself out of, the negative thoughts that you have to fucking swap away.
Or the hole you dug yourself out of someday,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So, like, whether it's physical, but majority of it, in my opinion, is mental.
Oh, I think most of it is mental. I think the physical aspect only affects you when you've already hit super rock mental bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't use the iceberg terminology because I think a lot of people do that. I like to put it in a book, right?
Yeah.
And I always tell people like, well, people only read the page you're on, but not all the other chapters it took you to get there, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we've talked about this too before when we talk about like we'll see an older dude and he's driving a Lambo or a Porsche or something. We're like, oh, midlife crisis. And I was like, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or more like now is the time that he or she can afford those things.
Yeah, he can treat himself finally.
Yeah,
you
finally,
know?
right?
Like something that he believes that he deserves.
Yeah.
You know?
Or something, that person worked hard for. I used to look at people who lived, let's say, in an apartment and then they have a Mercedes and shit. I'm like,
get your priorities straight.
Wait a minute. You can say that. That's cool. But what if that person saved up their whole life, or like not their whole life, but saved up enough money to buy that car they wanted?
Yeah.
Just because what kind of car it is, we judge it.
Yeah. As long as they don't complain, as long as they're happy and not complain about anything else, I think that's cool.
Well, I don't know. That's hard. I think we complain about everything. Oh, my fries are too cold. There's too much salt in my fries,
I got this pimple on my face.
Yeah, it's always. I think it's weird, right?
Mm-hmm. Like we
endure a lot of like toxic self-talk.
Why do you think that is? Is
like,
it because it's? I don't think it's ingrained in us. I think
I think it can be.
You think so?
Yeah,
because I remember
like maybe there was a time like I feel like okay, so maybe when you were younger. You were constantly talked down to or made fun of.
Yeah, you got programmed.
You got programmed, and then somehow you managed to take all those negative memories and store them away so you don't remember them, but your brain does.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So then you're always like, oh man, I'm this or I'm that. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes I always feel like getting to the root cause of let's say if you wanted to lose weight, you're like, oh, I can't lose weight. I just love to eat. And you're like, I was like, well, I feel like you got to get to the root cause of why you're eating, right? Because we're not made to just eat all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Food's in abundance, right? But you have to ask yourself, do I really need that? And some people are like, yeah, I do.
I do. I deserve this taco.
I need more than one taco.
Exactly. I sparred hard last night. I deserve this fucking burrito.
But we do that, right?
Yeah. We always go
justify
by
it.
Exchanging it.
Yeah, we justify our like our excuses, right? Or our actions. We justify them somehow.
But as long as there's a solution to it,
but I think the solution is knowing where it comes from.
Yeah,
and most people don't want to go that deep, right?
They just want to judge it by there and then punish themselves.
Yeah, or do you want to like, oh, hey, I went through this traumatic experience, and it affects me this way? Most people don't want to have that discussion, and that's cool. You don't have to have it with the public, but I think you either have to have it with yourself or a close person, and then know, right? Like, I think part of the reason, like, I don't like going out to a lot of places because when I was younger, I used to go to places, always fights or shootings and shit like that, right? So I'm just like, just avoid that drama.
And
and then people just think you're antisocial. I'm like,
who cares what people think?
No, I don't.
They're not you.
But we all care. I think we all care.
Yeah, it's so crazy, right? We do.
No, 100% we do, right? Like, I know we'll say like, oh, we dress this way for ourselves. It's not really for ourselves, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Because if I could dress myself and not give a fuck, I would be in a fucking bathrobe every day.
Yeah, I wear my Crocs to go work out. Because no, I'm not. I'm not even lying.
Word?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I wear my Crocs like
you got them Crocs, bro.
Bro, I got Crocs. I wear them to work out because then I put on my running shoes. Right, but I wore my Crocs to like go there. But my Crocs got like I don't know what those little gadgets you put in them.
Yeah, my girl has them like those fucking little
Yeah, those pins.
Yeah,
I got
the
like
croc pins.
Yeah, yeah. I got like let me see if I don't know if I have it here, but I got like a Power Ranger on one, arm flexing, like uh, a stationary bike, like little pins on there, but they're Crocs.
Yeah, but so those things that you put on your Crocs, what are those for? It's just for fun?
Yeah,
or-
just for fun. They don't mean shit.
But for me, like what I see is that they're like kind of like a cue. If I put on these Crocs, I'm gonna go to fucking my bike and work out and be a fucking Power Ranger.
Well, they can be, and what's weird is when I put my Crocs on, my dog knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he sees me he sees me put my Crocs on, and that fool gets excited.
Oh, because you're going out. Yeah.
I'm going out. He's gonna come with me, right? And he knows. It's so weird, right? Like, and so if that's instinct in an animal, I think like dogs are super smart. We just we don't happen to speak dog language, so we think they're just kind of like dogs. But
Yeah.
I think they're super smart.
They're smart. Yeah.
Dude, you can take a dog anywhere and learn any language.
Yeah, and they just like you know,
people.
they follow cues. I think they follow more on vibration. Like
Or they're able to read your face or your expressions or how you smell.
your energy, you
Yeah.
know. Because every time I come here, when Einstein's in front, I'm like, hell yeah, buddy. What's
Yeah,
what's
like, but he knows when you pull up.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's how I know because he'll take off. I'm like, oh, okay.
And he's like, oh, he's out there.
Yeah, but I think like those cues are triggers that we need as well, right? But those are habits that you have to. I think
You have to create for yourself.
you have to create yourself habits, but you have to create yourself a like an itinerary for that habit.
Yeah, protocol.
Yeah, like if let's say you give like, all right, I'm gonna after I brush my teeth and I pour myself some coffee, I'm gonna sit down for like 3 minutes and meditate,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna sit down, or every morning before I even check my phone, I'm gonna read my mantra,
Yeah.
right? Or I'm gonna high five myself in the mirror
High five. Yeah.
and write red rum on there.
Red rum. And go into another portal. You're like, oh shit, the walls start cracking. Oh my god.
Why is my TV on this channel?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We are habitual living creatures.
I hope so.
We are. It's because if you're like constantly spontaneous, I don't think you'll do any good.
You don't think so?
No, because I think everything goes by compound. You know.
Whoa!
Oh,
thank
shit.
you,
He coughed at you.
dude. He's full of dirt.
All right, dude, get out of here.
Coronavirus.
That's our security dog.
Yeah, I don't think he likes our
Yeah, he's
Hawaiian theme.
And not only that, he's like, oh man, these guys fucking not playing with me. So let me cough
Yeah.
all over him. But yeah, we are habitual beings.
But do you think we do it because it's comforting? Like, we find comfort in things that we're familiar with.
I think so. Yeah, just like in anything else.
Yeah.
But you gotta be, like in order for us to become successful, we gotta know when to get out of our comfort zone, because there is no growth in just being comfortable all the time. And I
Yeah.
think that's the thing about now is that, you know, we're too stuck in our head, especially our society. We're too stuck in our head that we bring ourselves to a depression, because, you know, we're not worried about survival anymore. We're worried about what our life could be, or what we could have been, or the dreams that we pushed off because of blah blah blah.
You don't think we're worried about survival?
I don't think so.
Hey, buddy.
Because like you said, you know, like you said, we have so much abundance in food, you know, that
Not everybody though.
yeah, not everybody, but majority.
Dude, there's so many. I mean, there's so many people who don't have food. I think we take it for granted. I think we live in a metropolitan area, like a big city, where there's resources for some people, but there's still a lot of people that just like they suffer with food.
But the point is that the people who has more challenges are less likely to be stuck in their head. They try to figure out ways to get out of that challenge that they're in. Like, for example, you know, like if a person is hungry, they're gonna find their fucking food. They're gonna do anything to suffice the hunger.
Sounds like a crackhead, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but then they rob and steal and everything else.
But yeah, they create that bridge. But at the same time, I'm saying, like, you know, they're not worried about killing themselves.
Yeah.
You know, like, versus a person who is abundant in everything. Yeah. Their life is perfect. They got everything.
So we think.
Yeah, so we think, right?
Yeah. The problem is depression, man. Like, a negative thought can spiral you down a hole really quick. Mm-hmm. Right? And sometimes those, I mean, if you have nobody, let's say you had nobody, that's a hard hole to climb out of.
One thing that I wish our school system would teach children is that the same thing as the mirror. That's really good. That's fucking great. And I 100% support that shit. But at the same time, I wish they could teach the kids or the grown-ups or like the young adults to learn how to create a SOP towards when you have something negative in your head. You know, like your example is that you go all the way back to the root.
Well, I think you have to.
What is the root cause of this shit? But the problem is that not many people know that.
Well, I always believe that when people say, I don't know, it's because they don't want to tell you.
You think so?
100%. Like, there's a few things I believe, but I believe when someone says, oh, why do you feel that? And they say, I don't know. I think most of the time is they do know, they just don't want to tell you. Because they're either embarrassed, it's too personal.
Shame. Yeah, shame.
Yeah. They feel you'll look at them different. And so I think a lot of those are really deeply rooted in people, right? Mm-hmm. Most people, it's hard to understand the struggle. And like, you can't compare two people's life is a problem. You can't, you know, like, you can take a poor person and a rich person and they can have a struggle that is equal, right? But we compare them based on what they have and what they don't have.
Yeah.
But the struggle is the same. I know, like, what's his name? Akon, the singer, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when that guy just died from an OD, he was talking about, like, that he felt he was happier when he was poor, right?
That's true.
Yeah, and that's true. Not only because, you know, money brings a whole different set of problems and stuff like that, but I think down at the core, you have to ask yourself, like, what is it that made me happy, or what didn't make me happy? So I think getting down to the core of what the problem is the hardest part.
Yeah.
You know? And accepting it is even harder.
I mean, for me, what makes us happy is when we learn how to help ourselves and also pass on that help towards other people.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, in just like the gist of things is that, you know, like, I'm trying to figure out this life. I'm doing my best. So are you. So, like, let's do this together. Your way might be different, but hey, you know, it's cool.
Well, that requires an open mind.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't have it.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And
I firmly believe, like, there's people you get along with and there's people you don't get along with. And there's people that are good for your environment. There's people that are bad for your environment. And you have to know right away, like, I'm like, you know, like, I don't get along with this person, or I don't like this person's vibe. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, because I think you're entitled to surround yourself with the people that you want.
I like people who challenge me, because, like, it kind of reflects upon me saying, like, oh, you know, this is what I need to work on. You know, whatever triggers me, especially like people that I per se don't like, I see myself in them, because that was either my old self or something that I need to work on. So therefore, let me try my best to do something different. Let me try to solve something. Let me try to be kind. Usually it's crazy because kindness goes a long way. And it kind of diffuses a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I think the real problem is there's not too many people that are kind, right? And so when you are nice, like, when you are nice to people, everyone thinks you want something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always think it's, like, worse for guys. Like, if you're nice to nice to a girl, let's say, they all think you want them. Yeah, I'm like,
flirting.
dude, I don't need anything from you. I'm just being nice. I'm good. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
You know?
They judge you right on the spot. And, you know.
The same thing for, like, how you dress. Like, I can literally walk into a place wearing a suit, and people, like, I've been in places where people are like, oh, you the doctor?
You are a doctor.
Dr. Green Thumb.
You are a doctor.
You know, and I'm like, no, I'm not the doctor. I'm just here to fucking do something else, you know? But same thing with the car. You drive up in a nice car, people look at you different. Right? Yeah. So Like image has a lot to do, but I think the most important thing is how you talk about yourself and carry yourself.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. How you see yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to what you're saying. Like, yeah, maybe you got to go extreme. Maybe you got to high five yourself in the mirror every day.
I don't think that's extreme, bro. Come on, bro. Shit.
Maybe you got to put some clothes on before you talk to yourself in the front of the mirror, bro.
Hey, I like to talk to myself in my birthday.
I'm going to go to your house. There's going to be a freaking handprint on there.
Yeah. But no, actually, my girl was like, why the fuck is there a handprint on the freaking wall? And you have to put
on the wall?
No, no.
Oh, damn, bro. You give me
on the mirror. On the mirror.
There's too many fucking high fives going on at your house.
There's so many reflections.
Yeah.
Like, why is there freaking...
I'm standing tall like you, Wall.
He's like, your hand has to be fucking oily, huh? To high five that mirror. Why can't you high five it with the freaking clean hands? And I'm like, I don't know.
Why don't you just ET it, bro?
It's like,
finger.
But like, yeah, it's a really hard thing to do, to talk to yourself positively, because, you know, like I said in the beginning, where like our minds are like grassland. The path that we take all the time will be deeper versus the path that we don't. So if we change our mindset on creating a new path, like a positive path, we make that groove more deeper, and then we automatically think like that.
So how long have you been giving yourself high fives in the mirror?
A week.
Oh, okay, a week. Do you feel a difference?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I feel fucking happy, dude. It's like...
Did you do that before or after you dyed your hair?
After. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude, I got sun-kissed from the Mexican sun, bruh. You know? I went to...
Quetzalcoatl came by and hit you with the little...
I was swimming with barracudas and shit, you know, filming freaking fishies.
It's funny how we like we like talk shit about hair dye, where it's not even a big thing. Like,
Exactly.
who cares?
Yeah,
like,
who
people
gives
are
a
so
fuck?
worried, man.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I always like, whenever people talk to me, they look at my hair and they're like, did you dye your hair? I'm like,
I didn't even notice till you told me.
yeah. Well, you're partially blind.
Oh, we got jokes today, huh?
Damn,
I have my glasses on, fool. Don't worry that day.
But like, I always create a superficial story.
But why though? Why? You know why? I know why.
Why?
I know why you do that.
Why is it?
That's your
Defense mechanism.
That's your safety net. Yeah.
No, but I like comedy too.
I know, but no. Okay.
I'm not self-conscious.
That's full of shit.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I think like if like we draw attention to the things that bug us the most, and then people focus on them.
Yeah.
Like, what if we just walked around and be like,
I just accept it.
What if we walk around and be like, dude, have you seen how good my smile looks?
Yeah.
Never have braces, bro.
Hey, exactly.
Be like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we engage more of that shit? Like, why can't we give people like other dudes? Why can't guys give other guys compliments without it being weird?
Yeah, I know. It just
Right?
gets awkward. I don't know.
Like when I told you, hey man, your ass looks good in those pants.
Thanks, bro.
Just kidding. I didn't say that shit.
but
But do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how come we can't give each other like positive reinforcement?
Yeah.
You know, it's so weird.
But for me, like I said, you know, going back to the story where like people ask me about my hair, they're like, "Hey, did you dye your hair?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. What are you talking about?" You know, and then I create a superficial story. So what happened is that I was sparring during the weekend, and then I hurt my back. So I was like, you know, in bed. I was in pain the whole weekend, and I was like, you know, I woke up and then I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh shit, my hair is changing. So I'm level 99 right now. And they're like,
Wow,
what?
that's a long ass story, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But they're so hooked on it. They're like, really?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah, I fucking dyed my hair, bro. You know, like it.
But it's weird. Like if
I
you're
have fun.
if you're walking somewhere, let's just say I ran into you right now, I'm like, dude, nice shirt.
Yeah, thanks,
Like,
bro.
no, you'd say that now, but then later you'd be like, the fuck, did he mean that shit, or was he talking shit?
No, actually, I feel good when people compliment me.
No, but do you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we look at that, and I think that's just our
Negative thought.
our negative
taking
thoughts
over.
floating in our head, like that we can't get a positive thought because we feel it's weird. But we should be more positive towards each other.
No, the thing is that people.
No. Did you just give me this whole fucking lecture about
Sorry,
no?
bro. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is. The problem is that we forget to just say thank you, and that's it.
100%.
You know, it's like when someone compliments you, they don't have an ulterior motive. Maybe,
And if they do, who cares?
yeah, exactly. Just
Take
say
that-
thank you. Cool.
Cool.
You know,
You grab that freaking positive thought and put it in your pocket.
and stop saying sorry, man.
Yeah, and stop saying no.
But even like it's that's one thing. Like we have a problem in believing what people like, especially if it's positive.
You know what I believe? You know what I believe?
What?
I believe that the children are the future. If you teach them well and let them lead the way and show them all the beauty they possess inside, you give them like this sense of pride. That's a whole fucking song, bro.
Well, who made that song?
I think it's like
Nas?
no. I think that's I don't even Nas, bro. I believe the I think it's like Diana Ross.
Oh shit! What? Whoa!
Damn, bro, your Uber's
Damn, bro,
here, bro.
Yeah, like people, if we can only like
Oh,
Not past-
It's Whitney, bro.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Let's see.
Yeah, beautiful voice, man.
Oh,
Whoa! What the? Damn, Whitney started rapping. Shit! Whoa!
I had.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I always find it funny. I always like to sing or like say the lyrics to a song, and then like it's very motivating. Like when you read it, you're like,
Yeah. What happened to songs now? Like there should be some lyrical.
and let them lead the way. Okay, that's enough.
There you
Before we
go. Before people get weird right now.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. I always feel like we should be more complimentary of each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Give compliments.
you know when people say, "Oh, you're short," or like people are like, "Oh, you're short," and be like, "Hey, don't height shame me." You know, or like my favorite one was like I used to be fairly heavy. I used to be up to like 225, right? And people were like,
Damn, you thick, bro.
yeah, dude, I was fucking working out 3 times a day, and be like, damn, dude, you're 225. I'm like, dude, I'd be the perfect weight if I was 6'5", bro, but I'm not, so I
Yeah.
can't change my height.
Gravity's too mean on me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think if we can give each other more positive reinforcement thoughts,
Yeah.
I think that'll help with the negative thoughts. But I think I don't know. I'm not a big mirror high fiver, but if you want to high five yourself in the mirror,
No, you should read that book, bro. It's good.
I'm on
Or
Atomic
listen-
Habits right now. It's really good. So far, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
I read a chapter a day. That's my goal. Every day I read a chapter.
Hell yeah.
And then I used to take notes when I was reading. I hate highlighting. I hate highlighting. I hate underscoring.
the fucking whole
yeah,
book.
you write the whole fucking book report, but I hate it. And then I was watching a YouTube video and the guy was like talking about like that's the worst thing you can fucking do is highlight.
Because you fuck up the book.
Well, that's for somebody else. Somebody else gets the whole book.
It's
It's,
like, what
all
the
yellow.
fuck?
And my dumb ass using the pink
It's all
highlighter.
freaking like neon and shit.
But he said, instead of highlighting, read the chapter and then write down as many things as you can remember from what you just read.
That's what Limitless said.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this Atomic, it wasn't Atomic Habit. It was a YouTube video. But I was like, that's a good idea. So that's what I do now. So I'll read a chapter and then I'll write some stuff down and then I'll go back because there'll be like certain words I forgot or certain things I wanted. So then I write those down too. But I think we just got to be like, find ways to be more complimentary of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Not take yourself too seriously.
no, but
man.
I think it's important, like what you do if you do it in the morning, like talking to yourself in the front of a mirror. If you don't want to do the mirror, talk to your phone if you have to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or talk to yourself, or record yourself saying some positive things and play that shit in the car on the way somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I think all the top level athletes do it. Like all the top level business people do it. They're all talking to themselves, and they're not talking down on themselves.
Yeah. And they're not bragging about it neither
No.
because it's just fucking weird.
And if you're
People
bragging,
have
that's okay.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's okay if you're gonna brag and it's gonna help you. Like, I'm the fucking best. I'm a beast.
Yeah.
You know,
Prove it.
yeah. Okay, I'm ugly. Let's go.
Let's go. I'll rearrange your face to make you look handsome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
So, I mean, like, yeah, you know, learn how to say thank you and stop taking yourself too serious, man. And when my mental note is that when a negative thought comes up, tell yourself that's not true, because ultimately it's not.
Yeah. Or ask yourself, why are you thinking that way?
Yeah.
And let's say, oh, so-and-so said this. Fuck that person. Get rid of that person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Or maybe there's some truth in that. Or
Maybe you are ugly.
Well, yeah, exactly. let me see.
Bro,
let me see what I could do.
We just
Let me see what I could do.
We just took the whole hour of the show, fucking disregarded it in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, but I agree with you too. I think my mental note would be like, you have to do something for yourself that's uncomfortable, whether it be talking to yourself in front of a mirror, giving yourself a mantra, like doing something positive for yourself and talking to yourself before your day even starts, so you start off on a good note.
Create a habit that would impact the way you would approach life.
Yeah. Or write down 3 things you like about yourself.
Yeah.
And say those to yourself all week, and then add one every week.
Actually, you know, there's another one too. It's like, if you're thinking about the negative thought, write it down and then read it to yourself.
Tattoo it on your arm.
Yeah, read it to yourself, and you're like, your brain will automatically think like, oh, that's not true. That's bullshit. You know, I'm smart.
Yeah.
Look where I'm from. Like, look where I'm at.
It's almost similar. That book Atomic Habit talks about, like, let's say you want to have a late night snack. Mm-hmm. You just be like, you got to say it out loud. Be like, I don't need that late night snack. You know what I mean? It's weird. But I always feel this way too. I feel like you can say something in your head and it's different. Mm-hmm. You can read something and it's different. And you say it out loud and it's different. So if you try to combine those 3 things, you're working on all your sensory, like your ears, your eyes, your
What
fingers.
if you smell the taco truck, dude?
That's cool. Smell that taco truck and then say out loud that you don't need a taco.
I can't.
You can.
Unless I pretend to, I just drink a whole bottle of water and just be full.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with having a taco. Just don't have 10.
Yeah. Or like, you know, just like you said, balance.
Yeah, balance.
Learn how to balance, dude. If you're going to eat that taco or eat fucking 10 tacos, make sure the next day you're going to use up all that fucking energy.
And math doesn't work great with negative self-talks. Like 2 negative self-talks don't make a positive.
No, it's negative still.
Yeah, it's negative.
It's
so
a straight
maybe
line to hell.
Yeah, or maybe we do the graph. And so for every negative one, give yourself 2 positive ones.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, man.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
Fuck yeah. Peace
We're out of here. Peace out.
Woo.